So welcome back to DC Silver Age Storytime, and today's story comes from All-Star Comics number 8 from January 1941, 1942, and this is the Spectre. The Spectre's supernatural powers proved of no avail when the star witness in the lottery racket went raving mad. Now, with Dr. Midnight's Solution K in his possession, the grim ghost plummets down towards the city jail. Louis Scaloni is in the hospital ward. If I succeed in restoring his sanity, he'll tell all he knows. Here goes. The invisible Spectre moves silently from room to room. Strange, I've looked everywhere, but Louis Scaloni isn't here. There's something mighty puzzling behind this, and I've got to find out just what it is. Within a deserted alley, the Spectre materializes into his identity as Jim Corrigan in the twinkling of an eye. Now to see the warden. Moments later, he re-enters the jail, but this time as the hard-fisted detective. Warden, I've a tip. Scaloni is no longer here. What's happened? He has been transferred to the care of his sister at 888 West Side Avenue. Bit irregular, isn't it, releasing my witness? Come on, Corrigan, now you know his condition is incurable. Besides, well, Boss Williams wants the release. So, the boss himself is behind this. Here's 888. A vacant house. No sense quizzing the warden any further. He's just a political job holder afraid to question any orders from above. I'll visit the boss himself. Mr. Williams is not in. I'll find out for myself. Jim's supernatural intuition had informed him the butler lied. Now he breaks in on the friendly gathering. With Professor Elba's medicine, we're sitting on top of the world. Look! Say, what's the idea of breaking in like this? Who are you, anyway? I'm Detective Jim Corrigan, and I'll ask the questions, Boss Williams. I'll have you thrown off the force. Where is Louis Scaloni? Take it easy. No need to get excited. But at that moment, nice work. I'll make believe I'm knocked out. Later, as Jim apparently revives to find himself in the grip of Boss Williams' thugs. Well, Mr. Budinsky, since you're anxious to know more than is good for you, I'll show you around the place. One of these days, I'll have the pleasure to show you to a cell. This is my private museum. See these? Police shields. Some of my trophies. Each belong to some copper who had an accident right after crossing my path. Why, you. The gavel belonged to a judge who sent one of my boys to jail. You won't need it anymore. Why are you telling me these things? Because it won't make much difference to you. And I like to show off. But you wanted to know about Scaloni. Well, here's the prize item in my museum. Yeah! Here's a choice specimen of stool pigeon. Notice how the light scares him. Scaloni was brought here for two reasons. I don't want to take a chance of his recovering his sanity and talking. And then he lends such a nice touch to the place. Of all the monsters. Whipping out the hypodermic, Boss Williams injects it into Jim. Don't let the things I've shown you disturb you. This medicine prepared by Dr. Elba will make you forget them. All right, Boss Williams, have your fun, but my turn will come soon. As the needle is applied, the invisible Spectre escapes from Jim's material body. He's fainted, and he's supposed to be tough. Why, he's died of fright, blazes. I didn't want that to happen. The invisible Spectre plunges the needle into Scaloni's arms. Solution K ought to bring him back to his senses. That voice out of the empty air. What? The grim ghost materializes as Scaloni's senses return. Where am I? I want to talk to Detective Corrigan. First, you must come with me. We went right through the wall. Up they zoom, up through the star-cluttered universe. I know just the perfect spot. Eee! Then a light on a distant asteroid. This place hasn't been discovered by astronomers yet. You'll be safe until I finish my business with the other boys. Don't forget me. Was all that necessary? As the Spectre returns into Scaloni's deserted cell. What'll we do with the body? Dump it in the river? That would be a pity. I'd like to keep it for my museum. Say, what's that light in Louis' cell? In response to the man of darkness's mental command, the daylight waxes to blinding brilliance. The joint must be on fire. It hurts my eyes. I'm coming. I don't want to, but I can't stop. Boss Williams, come here. It ain't Louis. It's the Spectre. And now, how about joining me? No! To the amazement of his pop-eyed thugs, William's body passes completely through the metal bars without budging them. Yeah! And now to attend to you boys. He's coming after us, right through the bars. On second thought, I'll permit Detective Corrigan to make the arrest. But he's dead. Out goes the Spectre, and in comes Jim Corrigan. Does this feel like a dead man? Later, Corrigan deposits the thugs at the police station. Nice work, Jim. Now, if only you'd bring in the boss, you'd get a week's vacation with pay. I'll take up that offer, Chief. I'm going after Williams right now. Before I'm finished, I'll prove he's the real head of the lottery racket. Scaloni's the only one who could give us the lowdown, and he had to go daffy on us. Well, keep him flying, Corrigan. Moments later, as the Spectre reaches the distant asteroid, it's back to Earth for you. Whew, I was afraid you'd completely forgotten about me. Scaloni, go in there and confess. Whatever you say, Spectre. Under the grim ghost's mystic spell, Scaloni confesses everything. That's the whole story. Can you beat that? Scaloni comes in here saying he gives us a full confession and doesn't even remember how he got out of the nut house. Meanwhile, one other piece of business to finish. Boss Williams must tell what he knows about Professor Elba, who's behind all this. But as the Spectre enters the cell, he sees, I shouldn't have left the coward alone. He's killed himself. Well, anyway, that's one job finished. Wonder if any of the other Justice Society members have gotten on Elba's trail. And next up will be Johnny Thunder.